Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be me bringing on some guests to talk about my legendary tier list, to get some input from some other people and really diversify the amount of opinions that are going into the tier list so that I can make it as accurate as possible. So joining me is going to be Darth Microtransaction, Cold Brew Gaming, and Jay Giggs. Links to their channels will be down in the video description. So I'm super excited for this discussion, and let's get into it. Alrighty, and now I am joined by the Raid Brethren here, Cold Brew, Darth Micro, Jay Giggs. What's up, Cold Brew? I'll let you say hi first.
What's up, guys? Hi. Hi from me.
Alright, and what's up, Darth? How you doing today?
What up? What up? It's your boy DM. We're up here in the hood. How you doing, Brad?
Doing good, doing good. What's up, Jay Giggs?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me.
Alright, awesome. Glad to have you guys. So, we're going to be going over the, we're going to be starting with the legendaries and kind of seeing how that goes. And my tier list has really been mainly like the input of me and like sometimes my stream and stuff. So I wanted to take the opportunity to bring some other people who are very knowledgeable about the game and really dive in and talk about this stuff and see if I can't, you know, get my rankings a little bit more diversified and, you know, get some other people's input. So let's just start kind of at the top. Is there anything that you guys kind of disagree with up there at the God tier? Is there somebody too low, too high, somebody that should be in there that isn't, and all that stuff? Don't go ahead.
I think there's an argument for Duchess maybe being in God tier.
Okay, Duchess Lalitu.
Yeah, I think she's kind of insane everywhere.
Okay, let me pull her up here.
And personally, I own, and trust me, I say this with love, I own 4 Nethros, and I don't know if I would put him as I would say he's probably top 10 maybe, but he's not better than Vizier and not better than Arbiter.
I always had Nethril like down in that 12 to 15 range, and it would literally come up 10 times a day. Somebody would be like, why is Nethril not God tier? Like, it was literally constantly. It was like the #1 brought up champion by far on the tier list. So eventually I was like, you know what? Because I used to have him down at like 14th. I was like, you know what? Finally, I bumped him up. I bumped him up. I wanted him above Xavia. I've actually dropped Xavia a lot in the past like month or so. The fact that she can't be autoable in the clan boss.
Well, that's kind of what ruined Nethro for me. See, I wouldn't say anything, but Nethro now in the clan boss is the same way. Like, he does his A2 and A3 like all the time, man. Every time. And it's just like, it ruins him. It's to the point where I basically am just waiting for a Dracomorph because I don't even use him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's tackle the Duchess thing first. Where would all of you rank her on this?
Above Warlord. I have Warlord. I use him in arena all the time.
Between Torment and Warlord is what I think.
Yeah, I'm right there.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
All right. Between Torment and Warlord, huh? Let's see here. Start thinking of your next one you want to go over while I'm moving her.
Okay. Well, what's people's opinions on Turvold? Because I feel like he's kind of overrated a little bit.
I can agree with that.
Well, yeah.
He's fun, and you can do some crazy things with him, but I don't know that he's game changing for most players. You know.
And
here's my argument.
Who is that?
Turvold.
Turvold, number 7.
Oh, okay.
So my argument's this, right? Okay, he used to kind of be good in arena because you could one-shot people, at a time, which had value, okay? But now, unfortunately, if you buff yourself, you just freeze yourself. So his move is like freeze yourself, grant an extra turn. That's just a bummer, okay? And then he falls off when it comes to Ultra Nightmare because you really just want poisons or utility or something at that point. Large-scale damage has not been a thing for a while. And so I don't really, just because it's fun to do a big number doesn't mean it's good to do a big number. Mountain King has proven that time and time again. And the only reason Mountain King works is because he has 1 billion health now in arena and he doesn't freeze himself with a turn. So that's my argument for Turvold. Like, used to be good, now not so much.
Yeah, I can get with that.
Okay, and is Turvold down behind Ethos then?
He's 100% below Krutraxa and Hegemon. I don't care where else, but there's no way he's better than Krutraxa and Hegemon.
Okay. Yeah, see, and Krutrax is one that I had low for a while. And admittedly, I didn't know a lot about her, but I guess she's like super useful. I don't have her. Do any of you have Krutraxa?
I don't.
I do not, but I've seen them used.
Okay. So do we put Turvald above Septimus or below Septimus?
I think
Below.
below.
Yeah.
Longbeard's better than her. Or
Than
him, I should
than
say.
Turvald?
Yeah, I have a long beard. I use them in like almost every dungeon comp.
Okay. So like right above Queen Ava, right above Black Knight.
Above Black Knight, I would think.
Yeah.
I have 2 Black Knights. Even after the buff, it's cool, but unless you're like using the buffs for like Seer or something, it's not really.
I put him in between Bloodgorge and Harvest Jack.
Yeah. Okay.
That sounds good.
All right, let me update that. Let's see how fast I can do this. There we go. Okay, done. Anybody else that jumps off the board? We already kind of, is Krutraxa right? I know she was like a hot topic always too. I used to have her down at like 50, and everybody kept raging at me about it, so I bumped her.
I remember that.
Bumped her way up. So does she look right at 21? I bumped Ignatius up above her because Ignatius with pairing with Tormund coming out as a new
Right.
champion,
Yeah,
and
I
then
like that.
and Ignatius being so good at Nightmare Campaign.
I feel like it's fine. I mean, I feel like Krutraxa would be higher if we were putting more weight on Arena, but in all honesty, Platinum really doesn't matter that much. And Krutraxa, I think, kind of carries mostly in Arena. Am I wrong here? I don't think. And maybe Fire Knight. I think I've seen like some pretty extensive use there, but
That's what I've seen with her, but I don't know much about her, to be
Yeah,
honest.
because of the A1. Yeah.
Yeah, the 4-hit A1 that ignores defense, and you can get like 2 Giant Slayer procs. I mean, yeah, if you build her in a Fire Knight team, you can probably get around like 1-minute runs with her. I think I've seen people doing that. But I've got my Fire Knight team at 1.5 minutes without her. So I mean, I guess that's 50% faster. So yeah, that's pretty damn good. But she is up at 21, which I think is pretty good. Another one that I have a lot of people bring up is Ethos. People saying he should be like 14 or 15. Okay, is he right at 27 or?
Yeah, he's fine there. I have one, and the thing about him is he doesn't do his A3 first, which is weird. And that's the one that always crits. So because he doesn't do it first, he always does like the A3 weekend and then he tries to do it. It would be much better if he did the all crit on the one first, because what would happen was he would one shot the first wave. The first one is kind of like weaker, like his A2 is weaker, right? And if he would one shot the one wave, then it means by the time he gets to the final wave, he would have it up again if you had the cooldown buck on it, and then he could do his damage again. I don't really like that it does the multiple hit first. So personally, the AI kind of bothers me on that. And in Arena, he's great because you can just stack crit damage on him and he one-shots people. But like the era of speed buffing attack up people is kind of over with Tormund.
Yeah, this brings me to a point of something that really needs to be added to Raid, and that's the ability to set your skill priorities like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That single change would take Raid from like a pretty good game to like an amazing game. If you could set the skill priority that you want your champions to perform in, or if you want to like lock out a skill and have them not even use it at all.
Yep, that'd be really
It's
cool.
gonna change up so many teams if they do that.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, we're in agreement on Ethos. Is there anybody else jumping off the board that's wrong or too low or too high to anybody kind of in that God to excellent tier?
What do y'all think about Molly being excellent? Do you think that she deserves that, or?
No,
Yeah,
Molly's
yeah.
good. Molly's good.
Well, yeah, I'm cool with the Molly being there. I got Molly. I still occasionally use her.
Yeah, she's like barely under the excellent.
Mhm.
I'm a big fan of Molly.
Oh, so you think she should be higher? Oh, you're saying
would
you think
swap
she should
her
be
with
excellent?
Yeah, I think it's not an. I want to know what
Oh.
y'all think anyway about her
Okay.
getting bumped up to excellent.
Yeah, she's a great carry for the dungeons, and she could be used for Arena.
Yeah, I use her in my Arena team with Tormund and that whole squad, and she's pretty fantastic in there.
So switch her with Septimus.
Yeah,
That's
personally, I mean,
Reasonable, yeah.
I don't have a Septimus, so I'm kind of guesstimating here, but I don't think Septimus is like top 30 in the game.
I liked him when the old Unkillable, before they fixed Siphon. I used 2 of them in that clan boss team, and he was crazy in that, but I don't use him anywhere else, to be honest.
Yeah, he's a really, people ask me a lot because he's a really hard one to pin down. You almost just have to kind of put him in the middle because like he has so much RNG with the whether he procs his Sky Piercer or whatever it's called.
Right.
Okay, so we'll move on from that. Okay, and then anybody in the good tier. I bumped Lugan up pretty significantly from like 40, 950. Bumped him up to like 37 after he healed himself instead of just the team. Baron's a tough one for me to rank. I put him at 39. You guys okay with him there? Does anybody have him?
Yeah, I got one, Max.
I feel like there's some tweaks they could make that would make him excellent worthy. But I think as he stands right now, I think good is fair.
I just realized I was talking about Sky Piercer, and that's actually Baron. I mix up Baron.
I thought so, but I couldn't remember the name of the skill, so I was like, I'm not gonna.
I mix up Baron and Septimus because I don't have either one, and they both kind of like remind me of each other for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just good. Like I have him with some ridiculous crit damage gear. He can do some pretty hilarious things. But again, you're sitting around waiting on Sky Piercer, which if you want an AoE nuke. Otherwise, the one place he is like kind of nuts is in Arena, because if they have a Skull Crown, there's like a bug where if you like auto attacks the Skull Crown, he does like a billion damage to everyone. I don't know why, but it's a thing. So. That's where he's kind of hilarious. But other than that, yeah, it's not. He's like, okay.
Elder Skarg is one I'm thinking about bumping down at number 48, the Forest Barbarian. I don't know if he should be above Huntsman and a few of those. What do you guys think? Does anybody have him?
I just pulled him, but I haven't done anything with him yet.
I have Huntsman, but not Skarg.
I think Huntsman is pretty decent recently. I've never had him, but he seems like I might be like underselling him just a little bit. Doesn't he have like an AoE defense down on a 3-turn cooldown?
I think he's got that, and then his third skill, he ignores defense completely. He can smack.
Yeah, he's got defense down, but like my thing is like, so does War Maiden. And it has to be at critical too, so you have to build him at 100% crit rate.
Yeah, but you're gonna do that always with a DPSer.
Sure, but then if you're gonna build this guy, you probably want to use him for Arena, which then his basic attack freezes himself. Like that's just my issue with these type of nukers, is they just constantly freeze themselves, so they're completely unusable in Arena. And if you're gonna have a DPSer, like I don't know, you just want to have this guy. You know what I mean? Like it's just
I don't know, completely unusable's fair. Only at like the top tier when like 75% of defenses have Torment.
Right.
But for everybody else in Gold 1, Gold 2, Gold 3, you'd be even in Gold 4, it's pretty easy to avoid Torments.
And he'll single target one-shot stuff in higher level Faction Wars. I've got leftover gear on him, and I take him into Faction Wars, and he cleans up pretty well in there.
Yeah, he's going to be really good for Faction Wars. Shiramani was a hot topic in one of my streams recently. Everybody was arguing and getting all, getting, up in arms, fighting with each other in the chat.
I like her. I think she's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her.
Where is Shiramani? Is she, high elf. Okay, so where would you rank Shiramani then?
I could bump her closer to excellent.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if she's in excellent exactly, but I think she's closer.
She's better than Lugan.
I think she's better than Turvold.
Yeah, she's better than Turvold for sure.
Okay, let me bump
I think
her
maybe
up.
there's an argument for Ray as well. Ray's kid is pretty nutty.
Oh, Ray's way down there, dude. Oh man, I thought Ray was like almost in the god tier. I have a Ray, yeah. No, Ray's.
I put her high excellent, I think.
You put Ray high excellent as an attack attack champ.
She's got a great speed lead, AoE strip and freeze, and a first turn AoE defense break. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she's nuts, dude. I pulled her as my 3rd ancient shard ever, and I used her in the beginning, obviously, and I've continued to use her. Like, I still use her, and I have 60 legendaries.
Yeah,
She's
I've got her in my
all
Dragon 20
of mine.
team, and they're pushing a minute.
Okay, so do I put Ray? Strikes me as similar to like Biggin. Would you put her above or below Biggin?
Below.
Above. Oh, well.
See, that's what I mean. That's kind of like right where she belongs, in my opinion. All right, Gigs, you're the tiebreaker.
If I was gonna pick one, I would take her over Biggin.
Okay.
I feel the same.
All right.
Reason I'll give some reasoning so you can be the deciding factor is that she is the high. I know the ratios of the champions, so she is the highest ratio for damage in the game. She's tied with Ethos, okay, and her A3 removes all buffs on it, which is really really good, and it freezes, right? Then her Arcane Wave has the highest ratio if it crits, and there's a debuff. Has the next highest ratio too, so she has the fastest 2 wave clears in the game.
Yeah.
As long as you have somebody else like a Longbeard who forces the defense down. So you compare her with a Longbeard who would in charge and her basic attack with defense down. And when she triggers, she'll Arcane Wave on the second wave based upon her own defense down and one-shot the wave too. So you can get to like the dragon in like 12 seconds or something. It's ridiculous.
Now I got to build my Longbeard.
See, I pulled Longbeard like super late in the process, and I wasn't able to get any value out of him in my squad, like in any of my squads.
You just have to have AoE people, like you just use all your AoE people, Skull Crown, stuff like that.
And my game actually like froze, so I was like restarting it. So I may have missed a little bit of the discussion here. Were we talking about moving Longbeard up?
Oh no, we were just talking about Big Gun versus Ray. We were kind of going back and forth and just making points and counterpoints.
Okay. I have Longbeard like the bottom of excellent. I almost think he should be at like 35th instead of 30th. Are you okay with him there?
Oh, I think he's like fine where he is. You could drop him a little bit if you wanted.
Yeah, I think dropping him isn't unreasonable because I think he's more dependent on who you pair him with. I mean, I guess there's a lot of options, but by himself, he's not doing a ton.
I agree with that. Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
All right, Cold Brew, I'll let you take this one. Where do I drop Longbeard to?
I would say 33.
33?
Good, yeah.
I can get with that.
All right.
Okay. And then as we move into like the bad tier, do you guys see anybody that stands out as not belonging there, or should be even worse, or?
I could probably deal with Bellinor being low good. I think that defense break and weaken in the same skill is not. I mean, I guess you can do it with Rosin and he's fusible, so. But between that and his crit rate buff, I feel like he's good for dungeons.
Yeah, he does have the 3-turn defense and weaken. But it's only one enemy, right?
Yeah, I guess it's only good for bosses, really.
Yeah, if that was AoE, he would for sure be insane.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can... okay, so... Ashlith, Angar... Basilius... Darth, you have Mountain King. Is he accurate?
It depends how much you value Arena. I don't use Mountain King. Well, I use him in the Force Keep, actually. He's really, really good there, weirdly enough. But other than that, I only use him in Arena, but he's one of the best Arena champions in the entire game. Like,
yeah,
top
he
5
pisses me off in Arena.
Mountain King
So
is?
sniping.
Dude,
he might even be top 3 best characters in the game in Arena. He's very up there.
Really?
Easily. It's not even like a question.
Oh, because he ignores shield and block damage.
Well,
I'll
his
avoid him
basic
more than I
is the
avoid Tormund.
largest reason. So basically, what happens is you scale him off HP, and you can build crit damage, but you don't even have to. And he has such high HP that his damage is still nuts. So my Mountain Kings will crit for like 100k each, but they each have over 100,000 health and like 450, 500 resistance. So they resist everything, but they don't trigger anything anyway because they don't buff themselves and they just one-shot everybody.
I
he's a
see.
little nasty.
Yeah, that's about right. I have him as well.
And I would have thought with the 85 speed that he would just be trash in arena because it's like 15 lower than it should be.
No, speed doesn't matter. It's not the meta anymore. I'm sure Cobra can attest to this. He said he is Mountain King.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter. Kind of setup you have him. But now with the counter-attack buff, if you have a Torment against you, you can't really go with a counter-attack buffer in there. So on his own, Mountain King, Torment, and maybe Molly in there as well. It's a great team to have. Especially in Gold 4, mid Gold 4. Not the high end.
Okay, so where do I put Mountain King then? Above or below Queen Ava?
Well, it depends how much we're valuing Arena on this list. Like, if we're valuing Shazar at 44 only based upon his Arena value, Mountain King would add more to your team at this point than Shazar would, in my opinion, in the current meta. Now, Shazar is probably better overall for your account in Arena as the game progresses, but right now, Mountain King is the better character in Arena, in my opinion. I have 2 of them, and when I'm running like the team and I'm trying to push higher in the Platinum, I use both Mountain Kings. Otherwise, I'm just, dicking around with whatever team.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Cool. I bumped him up. To like 40th, right by kind of Elenarel.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that seems right. No higher because like Arena's just still Arena, but yeah, that's
Yeah. So like the way that I did, especially the God tier, was like Clan Boss. I considered the most important area of the game, so it was tough for me to put somebody in the God tier that isn't usable versus the Clan Boss. Do you guys agree with that, or?
To an extent, I think. But I think some, like Tormund, for example, I think he can kind of transcend that because he's just got so much going on in other ways.
Yep, and that's why I have him at number 10, kind of towards the bottom of the God tier.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think the entire raid community is kind of on board with the bottom tier, Shamrock, Yannicka, and Mashaled.
Yeah.
I know Darth was trying to convince us off camera that Shamrock should be a little bit higher, but
Shamrock.
They're the real MVPs. It is RNG stuff.
Buff is going to be nuts, though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I heard Gurgo is a little bit more relevant with Tormund added to the game.
So
you can get a little bit more out of Gurgo now.
I got 2 Gurgos. He's pretty nuts in Arena too. He's like probably top 10, maybe top 15 at the lowest in terms of Arena characters.
I pulled Gurgo on stream, and Darth was with me, and he convinced me to book Gurgo, max him out, and that's.
I didn't say you had to book him. You have 60 books. What are you complaining about?
I don't have
books. Like it's crazy.
I have 58, not 60,
my bad. 50.
And
you know how many I got right now? Let me look here. Let me pull up my tavern to find
out. And I should have
one book. I got 1 book, Brad.
I should have 70 if it wasn't for Gurgo.
What do you mean what are you complaining about? Anyone here who knows Arena knows Gurgo is a good character and would be happy to pull a Gurgo. He's still fantastic, dude. Doesn't himself with a buff, removes the buffs on the other people and freezes them, and you can build them super fast with accuracy. It destroys Arena. Trust me. Go look in Platinum. I guarantee you'll find a bunch of them.
See, and I think this is the sticking point, is I'm so down on Platinum. Like, I just think it's absolutely worthless to go there.
I agree.
I agree too.
We all agree.
I tweeted about this. Like, I got Platinum, and I tweeted like, okay, I did it just to do it, and now I'm going back to where it makes sense to play.
Yeah,
like
we all completely agree. Yeah, it's not worth it at all. You should get better rewards based upon how high you are in Arena. Incentivize actually refreshing. Like it would be hype in the stream if I'm competing to get like top 10, top 100, whatever it is. When people are, I don't know where I am right now. I don't know. I could probably get top 10, but that's for all I know. There's not even 10 people that even care that much to put enough gyms in to refresh it. It's just a big comparing contest at this point, and we all know it. And so that's why I don't bother doing it.
Yeah, I think you should also get something for winning defenses, but only in Platinum. And that would be an incentive to stay there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got some sort of, I don't know, like if you could get shard fragments And then every certain amount you can craft shards, and you can only get those fragments by winning defenses in platinum or something.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
Something.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, like, if people would abuse that, like if you get clans like losing battles to your friends on purpose to give them fragments. But I guess you could set it up in a way where it wouldn't be like gem efficient.
Just cap it with markets. Like you only get 5 of them a month or something. That's it. Why abuse it? It'll happen regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, it's been a decently long discussion here. Is there anything before we end or say our goodbyes that sticks out to any of you here? Just kind of scroll through real quick. And
Robar is better than Royal Huntsman for sure.
I was going to say him, and then I wonder if maybe No-Rog is about to get a little bit more relevant after Hell Hades video going over.
Yeah, he made a video.
It's such a cool video. I had so much fun watching that one. But No-Rog seems like he's probably about to become a little more popular.
Okay.
He's going viral.
You said Robar's better than who? Huntsman?
Yeah, at least. Like he's definitely better than Champ Fort, and he's way better than Huntsman in my opinion. Like I use a Robar, and I have 2 Fushans, and they've both been sitting in the vault.
I always thought Robar had such like a low base speed that he was, but I guess that doesn't super matter.
It doesn't matter because like what happens is he used Relentless on him, and his basic attack is a coin flip to get a bonus turn. So he normally will take like his average turns is like 3. If I use him in Dragon, I can show you a run of him. He's absolutely disgusting. He just goes like over and over and over again. I've seen him one shot the second wave by himself. He just went over and over. It's pretty funny.
Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna bump up No-Rog a little bit here. I've always kind of been a proponent of saying I don't think No-Rog. I don't have him, but I've kind of always said I don't think No-Rog is as bad as everybody thinks he is. I've always kind of said that.
You know who is bad as everyone thinks he is?
Marshall Ed?
Yep, Marshall Mathers, baby. I got 2 of those, and I even maxed one out to find out, and I didn't need to do it to find out. He's well in the trash tier. Him and his wife, Yannicka. I have them both.
Oh, man, I don't have... Oh, I do have Yannicka. I do have 4 of the bottom 5, so I guess
I have all of the bottom. Well, I don't have Bystris.
Yeah.
I have every one of like the bottom 10 except like Bystris.
Bysterous.
Okay, Mr. Mincemeats, whatever.
That one.
You know what? Off.
I only got War Chief out of all those.
You think War Chief?
Yeah, War Chief.
What about him?
No, after his nerf, he's that's his spot 76.
Okay.
They nerfed the Giant Slayer and War Master procs from his passive. So he's not good as a tank anymore.
His Thormel got nerfed. Yeah, it sucks, dude.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll let each of you, Cold Brew, tell us about, where we can find you. Do you stream or YouTube or anything?
Yeah, guys, of course. I do YouTube. I try to do at least 3 times a week videos, and I try to do at least once a week on Twitch and stream there.
Cool. Okay. And, Darth, what are you up to these days?
So I've just been trying to find as many sponsorships as I can. Shout out to the sponsors. If you hear this video, I'm open to anything. Check out Dragon Champions. You can download it in the description of any of my videos. Patreon's there too. I stream on Twitch, Twitch TV/Darth Microtransactions, Snapchat Chores. So hit me up, boys.
All right. So thankfully this isn't live. I can edit that out. How about you, Jay Giggs?
I try to upload most days on YouTube, just having fun, doing different things, got fun stuff in the works. And then twitch.tv/jgigs. I try to hit at least 3 streams a week. So
cool.
That's where you can find me.
Awesome. Well, I will have links to all of that down in the video description. Make sure and check these guys out. And thanks for hanging out with me, guys. It was fun.
Much appreciated, man.
Thanks, man.
Yep, you bet. Peace. Alrighty, that's going to do it for this video. Definitely go check those guys out. The links will be down in the video description, and a huge shout out to them for taking the time today to join me for this video. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.